Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to my new series of the Wheel of the Year. And coming up this Saturday is Imbolc or Imbolc, however you want to pronounce it, and the goddess Brigid. She's a Celtic goddess. She's also known in the Catholic faith as Saint Brigid of Kildare, and she is associated with this Sabbat due to her ties with fertility, fire, and new beginnings. And Brigid's cross actually is traditionally hung above entrances to your home or a barn or someplace where you want to invoke her help to ward off disease and harm and fire to the home. And it's usually crafted with reeds or straw, and it symbolizes endurance and survival through times of hunger and oppression and ill treatment. And it also is a symbol of peace, goodwill, and friendship. Instead of crafting one this year, I thought, why not paint one and start this Wheel of the Year, even grimoire series. So I've already transferred this drawing onto my watercolor paper, which will be step 2. So I'm going to put this off to the side. And I'm going to be drawing in it's just a regular paper sketchbook. And I have a couple of pencils, an HB and a B, and a couple of erasers, and my little brush. And then I also have a triangle that I might use. And then I have this, it's just a little baby canvas I'm going to use to actually put the square in. Just makes it a little bit easier. So let's just dive right in and push that stuff to the side there. So the first thing I like to do is kind of decide where it would sit on the page. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of drop a line in here. This will kind of be where I want the ends to be. But the first thing I'm going to do is decide where I want the end to hit. And this will also determine the angle that your square will be. I want it to be kind of like this. So then this will be where the end would sit. But if I don't like that, that's what I have to decide. I'm going to shift it just a little bit. That way that one sits there. And again, you can just kind of play with it. We're not really looking for perfection here. And then once I kind of have those started, I can go ahead and trace the rest of this. And then you would extend each corner has part of the little tails or the little ends shooting off of it. So it's kind of like that. And then you don't quite go halfway. You'll extend that out, and then that'll be the width. And this is just where I want this front candle to land. So I want to be able to see some of it. And then I can kind of decide where I want the placement of the other two, because I just want them staggered a little bit. You don't have to do that. You can have them all be in a row. It's entirely up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line for this candle over here. I'll adjust the height in a minute. I'm making them different widths as well.
Hold on, wait for the morning.
And again, I drew it and then transferred it to my watercolor paper. That way I don't have to worry about all the erase lines that we're gonna have. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave those there for right now. I just wanted to kind of map them out, kind of have a general idea of where I want them to be. So we're gonna start on the center. I'm gonna zoom in. It looks a little harder than it actually is, I think. So one side will go all the way to the edge, and then it stops before you get to the other edge, because then this one goes all the way to this edge and then stops. And then this one goes all the way to this edge and then stops. And then this one goes all the way to the edge and then stops. And then we just keep repeating that. So let me show you. So we'll start with a line here, and then we're going to stop, because then this one will go all the way up to this edge, and we'll go down, and then we'll stop, because this one is going to go all the way to the outer edge, and then we're going to stop, because this one will go all the way to the outer edge. So see that? You're just alternating. So then we'll start here again, where it starts all the way at the line and then stops, and then down and stops, down and stops.
Till the sun comes over the hills, make your call loud and clear.
And then in the center, I just make a little line. And then for the little ends, you can round them off like I did. You don't have to, that's entirely up to you. I just kind of like the look of it. And so this is basically where I want them to stop. It's just right past that line there that I drew.
I will listen.
And draw like would be like twine or string. So I'll count how many like reeds I would want it to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then I'll create 5 little pieces sticking out the end, and I just make them kind of go all different ways, all different directions, kind of making them skinnier down here and then make them fatter at the end. And then I'm gonna do this one next so that I can try to make sure that they're fairly even.
Gently. How are you to know?
And these are organically made, so don't fret if they aren't exactly the same. Like this one is a little bit shorter, so I could make it a little bit longer, but it's really not a big deal. At least it isn't to me. So Imbolc is a fire festival because it celebrates kind of us feeling or noticing the lighter days. And so we use candles to represent the returning of the light, and it's a great time to tap into your creativity. It's a great time for spring cleaning. It's a time to kind of, dream big, set some goals, start planting seeds of, your future, things you want to happen this year, and also literally planting seeds.
It's all the things you
There we go. And now for the candles. I just wanted to make sure that I extended it a little bit past the tip here so that it, wouldn't catch on fire. So just gonna extend that up a little bit. And then I kind of like to round the edge. You can make them however you want. Make this one taller.
all the things I thought.
And then for the bottom here, you want it to be rounded off a little bit. So I will kind of pick a spot up a little ways. And then I have my line here. So I will try to use that as a guide a little bit to kind of go to the center of that. Basically putting in a little smiley face. Obviously you won't see this one all the way, but I'm still going to kind of draw it all the way in so I can make sure that my angles are right. And then for the wicks, I just did kind of doodly ones just because I thought it gave it interest. There's Celtic knots and just, you know, there's all kinds of different Celtic symbols and stuff. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to just bring in kind of a more little graphic symbol. If you don't like that, you can just draw a little wick and then kind of basically draw like a teardrop. I liked this idea. So I just drew the little wick and then I went out one direction and then kind of looped it and then just did like a little swirl. Kind of alternated the directions that I went on all of them. And then you would go in and you could erase the lines. I'm not gonna worry about that because I've already transferred it, and I probably wouldn't worry about it anyway, since I was gonna transfer it. Sometimes I will go over it with a black marker or a liner just to make it darker when I use the light box. That's entirely up to you and what you wanna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably break this up into 2 videos. I haven't 100% decided, but this will be the drawing part, and then I will be back for the watercolor portion. So I'll say goodbye for now, and I will release the second video either later today or on Thursday. So thanks a lot for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this little drawing process, and I will see you soon. Okay.